what an incredible spot I'm in at the minute. So this is just a wild camping spot, or sort of wild camping. Some people have set aside a grass area for Trans-Euro trail riders to pitch their tent on, right on the lakeside. As you know, normally Steph and I travel as a team, but this summer we got back from Portugal and Steph had to go to work for a while. I had a month free, so I thought I'd set sail for Sweden, ride up Sweden using the TET and then into the Norwegian TET and around there before getting back home to see Steph, because we're riding later in the year in Tanzania. So this is a bit of a solo adventure. Sorry about that. The star of the show isn't here. I know, that sucks, but normal service will be resumed soon. But let's go right back to the beginning, back to the UK, on our way to this. Bye! Poor old Steph heading off to work. I paused just long enough to pack the special t-shirt she'd bought for me. And with that kind of weird set of emotions that you have when you set off on a trip, mainly excitement and anticipation, with just a sort of sprinkling of apprehension, I set off up north to catch the ferry from Hull.
Good evening everyone, and welcome aboard the Pride of Hull.
Cheerful.
My name is Ellie, and I'm your entertainment manager.
Cheerful Ellie.
After the match, join me for some live music at 10:30.
I might wait for Ellie to finish.
If you were looking... We also have our shuffleboard tables on deck 9 in the Irish bar. This is £20 per hour to play.
I'm going to have to edit this. Ellie can really talk.
Whatever you decide to do this evening.
And while Ellie was telling us about bingo on deck 7, I popped over to the bar for a beer. Goodbye, Pride of Hull. See you in a month-ish. I knew that further up north there was an amazing adventure waiting, with awesome scenery and all the rest of it. But, oh man, it was a long, wet, miserable slog up the autobahns. And it has to be said, the traffic wasn't much fun either. That was a pretty long, wet day. In fact, no, it wasn't long. It just felt long because it was wet. That didn't take too long. Battening down the hatches. Good morning, lovely people. And it's a lovely morning. For the first time in this trip, I think, I'm not wearing waterproofs. So, as you can see, it's a pretty nice morning. A bit cloudy, but I think that'll burn off. Let's go get the ferry. Okay, there is a machine there, so let's, while we're waiting, go and have a look. Wow, how clever is this? As I was walking back, congratulating myself, I think I've spotted a flaw in my plan. The barrier's raised because I printed my tickets out, but of course I'm nowhere near it. What a prat. But luckily I managed to get through, sneaking behind a camper van that had just gone. Okay. That worked a treat. Oh, he sent me up here. He said go up. Yeah, the guys on the lower deck didn't want me down there, so they sent me up to the middle deck. The guy on the middle deck didn't want me either. I was feeling very unloved. In the end, I went down and joined the lorries. Nice man in the truck. How awesome is this? Welcome to Sweden. It was just a short hop to Malmo, and at last, after days of flogging up monotonous autobahns, highways and motorways in the teeming rain, it actually felt like I was getting somewhere, and I was finally reaching the start of the Trans-Euro Trail in Sweden. Good morning, lovely people. Today it's the first day of the TET. 8:30 in the morning, and we're on our travels. But first, we have to negotiate what I knew was going to be a problem. Okay, this one doesn't work either. So the bloke said, and I quote, "You're on a bike, go round it, we'll sort it later." I mean, wish me luck when I'm trying to get out of here, of course. I just had a premonition it wasn't going to be that easy, and sure enough, it hasn't been. I spent quite a while chatting to the guy through the ticket machine intercom. Super lovely, super helpful, but really struggling to work out how to get me a ticket. Anyway, he said after 10 or 15 minutes, he said, look, just drive to the exit. Let's see what happens. Oh, bless him. That is so nice. Oh, you do meet the nicest people. We're free! We've escaped. Oh, brilliant. So goodbye Malmo. What a beautiful place. I really enjoyed my time here. but also I'm really excited to be getting to the TET. Just remembered in time, I forgot to turn the tracker on. Steph would not be happy. Ooh, I was nearly in trouble. As it might be becoming a bit apparent, I didn't really do a lot of research for this trip, so I had no idea what the date was going to hold. And now that I'd made the start of the Trans-Euro Trail, I was just desperate to get on the tracks, but common sense prevailed. It was Sunday. I wasn't sure if I was going to be camping somewhere remote. I didn't know what was going to be open. So when I saw a supermarket, I just quickly stopped and grabbed some food so that I had something in the panniers just for whatever the day held, so I could just stop, throw up my tent and cook up some grub for this evening. I've picked up an absolute feast. An awful lot of pasta, 2 cans of beer, yes please, a tomato sauce, and what I think is mackerel fillets in tomato sauce. Right, we're off. That was a bit of a success. I'll be honest, it was a double success because I'd completely forgotten it was Sunday. So I'm just really glad that something was open. I'm trying to decide if I can call this the first track of the Trans-Euro Trail in Sweden. I mean, it's sort of dirt, right? Sort of gravel. So I'm calling it. Yes. It's just amazing how your spirits soar, or mine anyway, as you get away from the big cities, even if they're as lovely as Malmö. Wow, how pretty. The TET started on gorgeous little back roads going past some stunning buildings before moving into gradually more of the scenery that I was expecting. In my mind, I think this is what I imagined riding in this bit of Sweden would be like. Just gorgeous gravel tracks running through forests and woodlands. And I'm definitely not being disappointed. Wow, look at the colours on that. Oh, I hope that comes out on film because that's beautiful. Oh, some kind of canoeing. How cool is that? Oh, I find that's the problem with rides like this. I just keep wanting to stop and kind of look at other things and explore things. That canoeing looked awesome. But at this rate, in a week's time I'd have made about 40 miles. So I really should push on. Okay, so it's not all sort of wide gravel tracks. Although as time went on, I definitely realised most of it was. Aha! I knew I should have bought a saw. Oh no, easy. Well, I say easy, easy-ish. So I was a few hours north of Malmö at this stage, and it had started obviously in a populated area with little tarmac back roads, but it was gradually morphing into much more remote and deserted gravel roads as I headed north away from the city. We're only just, I don't know, what time did I set off? So probably 10, 11, 3 hours, maybe less from Malmö. and it's getting well. I haven't seen anybody on these tracks for probably, I don't know, an hour or so maybe. And because there are so many tracks and they are awesome, I am doing a lot of random U-turns because I go sailing past them because I'm not paying attention to the map and I'm just kind of enjoying the riding. But they really are lovely. Forest tracks for miles. This is heaven if you're from the UK with kind of such restricted spaces to ride in. This is amazing. It's not technical so far anyway, but far from it, but it's absolutely glorious. Oh, I'm sorry you're gonna get so bored of me saying this, but I am loving this. What an awesome set of tracks. All in the woods, these rocks and tree stumps covered in moss. It's really cool and a little bit eerie. It's just started raining. It was in the forecast. It's a shame, but I've done pretty well. I was expecting it to start before this, so it's not too bad. But I think it might be time to admit it's waterproof time. Okay, all waterproofed up, and I don't know if you can see them, but wow, it doesn't take long for the flies and mozzies to find you when you stop. Right, let's get out of Mozzie Town. The rain shower didn't last long. Look at this. Beautiful blue skies. Oh, there's plenty of them around. Plenty of big shower clouds around. But yeah, that last one didn't last long at all, and now it's absolutely stunning. And the temperature has really warmed up. It's getting a bit chilly before, but it's nice now. Don't know what this is about. Just caught my eye as I rode past. It's a very impressive statue. Oh, it's wood. Wow. I think Thor was a god that in the past was worshipped mainly by farmers. And in Norse mythology, when he rides out in his chariot, he's accompanied by thunder and lightning. I think I met him a few days later. I got lightning and thunder all around me. So I'm just about to leave the TET at this point here because there's the potential of a good wild camping spot just about 3-4 kilometres up the road. So it's 3:45 and I know it's a bit early, but I'm really hoping this little spot is as good as I think it might be. Okay, I've been on foot to scout out where I was thinking about, and it's stunning. There's a little shelter there, a little weather shelter as well. There is a family eating a barbecue down there by the river, but I did ask them, I said, look, I'm sorry to spoil your peace. They seemed happy enough. I mean, what a spot. Okay, how absolutely incredible is this? The family that were here when I arrived, who were just having something to eat in a really quiet spot by the river, having a picnic, they've just come up to me and given me this.
Looks like I could save my mackerel fillets and pasta for the next day. Nice.
I know people are nice, and I know people are good, but they never fail to surprise me. And it smells incredible, so I'm going to tuck in. Okay, I've got a brew on the go, so I thought I'd show you around my campsite. My wild camping spot. I'm pretty smug about it. Here's a tent with Wonder the Honda in the background. Bugs haven't come out much yet, which is a bonus. Right, this is the cool bit. Walk with me. There's a little shelter, complete with picnic table. It's amazing. They're all over Sweden, and I'm really happy with this one. So that's what, 10 feet from the tent. And check this out. Wowzers. I've got all my chores done. Wander is sorted and checked and ready for tomorrow. I've had a rough and ready wash, so I'm semi-clean. All the tent is sorted. I've eaten, and I just had to share this with you now as I relax with the beer. Cheers. What a stunning evening it is. Talk about being at peace with the world. This is beautiful. That's it. That's my thoughts for tonight. See you in the morning.